Hello everyone, welcome to Tech with BSK channel. So last session we have discussed how to create account on Azure and the basic infrastructure setup we have discussed. So today we are going to start with actual Azure resources in detailed discussion. So how usually every resource will work and we'll take step by step. I will discuss on it. Okay. So let me start with today. We will discuss about virtual networks and subnets. Okay, so let's quickly update how exactly yesterday's topic. So if you want, for example, how to create an Azure account, you required basic. Let me show the step by step. So you require prerequisite should be email address should be there and mobile number should be there, credit card should be there, and the credit card should be Visa or Master, and salary account Visa or Master should be there. And Azure will provide $200 credits for 1 month, that is like 30 days. And for student account, there will be 12 months access will be there. 12 month rate access will be there. Okay. So yesterday we have discussed how to basic infrastructure setup. We didn't discuss in detail about virtual networks, subnets, and virtual machines. Just we have created how to create basic infrastructure in Azure. So today we are going to discuss about in detail manner virtual network and subnet. So let me quickly open Azure portal and let me show you. Okay, to create virtual network, right, first you need to create resource group. So the resource group, as you know already, this is like a logical folder, or like it will work like a folder. So we will manage all your resources using Azure resource group. Okay, let me quickly open resource groups. So here left side you can see resource groups will be there. Otherwise you can directly search in the search bar resource group, it will open the resource group. Okay, so you have to click on create. So once you click on create, it will ask your subscription. You can pass your subscription and you need to provide your RG details. So I will give demo VNet. Okay, today we'll discuss about demo VNet, right? So and you need to select your location. So recommended locations and other locations it will provide. So let me select some recommended location, that is like let it be West 2 and click on review and create. So click on create. Okay, once it will create, we can go to the resource group and a demo VNet. You can go into the resource group, and next step will be you need to create virtual network. Whether you can search in here, otherwise you can directly create here. Create option is there, so we can go into that particular resource group and search marketplace. In this way also we can able to create it. Virtual, type virtual network. Okay, so it will show virtual network details. So you can select virtual network. Okay, you can click on create. So once you click on create, right, so you need to select resource group and subscription again. As I said earlier, there is a hierarchy will be there. Hierarchy will be, let's start with tenant ID, then subscriptions will be there. Under subscriptions you can create resource group. Under resource group you need to create the resources. So like that way, this is our tenant. Under this we have a subscription. Under subscription resource group. Under this we have VNet will be there. Demo, you can provide VNet 01. So like this way you can provide, and you can click on next. So you can click on this security part. We'll discuss later how it will work. Today we'll discuss more about address range. So here you can see, right, address space. So how it will be created and how the ranges are working, let's discuss in a detailed manner. Okay, let's take this one. So /1665,536 addresses came, right? So subnet is there. How the subnet will be created? So how you can provide the subnet range? So we'll discuss again that. So why we need virtual network? Very first thing. Okay. So virtual network is required to maintain the connection between one device to another device, from one server to another server. You require virtual machine. So virtual machines are two types: IPv4 and IPv6. Okay, currently we were not using majorly IPv6. most of the organizations using IPv4 only. So IPv4 is a 32-bit range. 32-bit range. Okay. For example, you can take this one. So each octet have 8-bit. Okay, 8-bit, 8-bit, and 8-bit, and 8-bit. Okay, like this way it will work it. Okay, for example, if anyone asks you how many IPs will get by using this. Okay, so the question itself wrong. So whenever you need to calculate any IP addresses, right, there will be some CIDR range you need to provide. Okay, so you have to provide /16 or /24 or /25 you need to provide, right? So let's take example with /16. Like I will explain this one how it was created. So /16 is 65,566 IP addresses will get. Okay, so how it will be created. Okay, so we can take one more example. So if it is like IP address and what is subnet. Okay, for example, let's take one box, or like let me do it like this. Like let's take one box or one cake. This is you can calculate as total virtual network or virtual network. Under these slices will be there, right? So you can cut the box or like cut the pieces, cut into pieces, number of pieces. That will calculate as subnet. Within our virtual network, where we are dividing the IP addresses or dividing the ranges into different small ranges. In this way, this subnet will work. Okay, let's go ahead. Subnet. Okay, in this you can calculate this one 10.0.0.0/16, right? How many subnets you can create? Okay, let's write 10.0. 10.0 should be common. Why it will be common? You can see here every octet will calculate as 8888. Okay, so here we have provided /16. /16 is going to 10.0. Okay, 8 and 8 it is went. It already allocated. Okay, so if you want to use any subnet, right, so that should be start with third octet. Okay, third octet you can use 0.0/24. Okay, this is one subnet. Let's make you subnet 1, subnet 1. Okay, this one is this. Let me give subnet 2. Subnet 2 10.0 is common, .1.0/24. Again, subnet 3 10.0.0.3.0/24. Okay, let's take, I think I made, okay, 2. Okay, this one you can give subnet 0, 1, 2, and subnet 3 10.0.3.0/24 and subnet 255 10.0.255.0/24. Okay, so in this way you can have in one particular range in /16 we can create 256 IP addresses you can create by using this one. Okay, 256 you can calculate from 0 to 255. 0 also will calculate from 0 to 255. Total 256 subnets you can create. 256 subnets you can create by using /16 with /24 range. Okay, in this, for example, okay, here in one subnet how many machines you can create? How many machines you can create? Okay, let's take VM1. Okay, VM1 will come 10.0.0. So here again /24 we have used, right? /24 in the sense it will be up to by it will be allocated 3 already done. So let's come with .0 also 1, VM2 10.0.0.1, VM3 10.0.0.2, and VM4 10.0.0.3 and another VM 256 10.0.0.255. In this, you can see total 256 VMs you can create by using /24. Okay, so by using this one, but in real time we will not get 256 IPs by using /24. There will be number, this one it is allocated to networking. It got allocated. Okay, allocated for network for future purpose, and this one is allocated to broadcast. So we will not able to use this one. Any organization, like any, it is on-prem or cloud, anywhere, these two will not provide. These two will be allocated for network and broadcast. But in on-prem, we can get total 253. On minus 256, you can get 254. You can get. Okay. In any organization, like anywhere, you can take /24. You can get 254 IP address. You will able to get by using this one. But in cloud, it is allocated to gateway, and this one is allocated to DNS, and this one also allocated to DNS. In cloud, you can get only 251. You can get cloud total 251. You can get 251 IP address. You can get by using /24. Okay, by using this. So for example, with /24 you can able to get 256, and with this particular range you can get by using this 256 IP address you can get. So here also you can get 256 IP address. Here also you can get 256 IP address. Here also you can get 256 IP address. Like this way, if you can calculate 256 into 256, you can get 65,556 IP address you will get. This is the calculation you have to remember every day. Okay, like this way. For example, how it is working and how /24, how many addresses is working, one why you are going again, one again is going down, 1 2 3, how it is creating. Let me show you in real time. For example, you can see here /16 we have created the IP address. Okay, so here very first range you have created this one, right? So let's take here. I can give subnet 1. Subnet 1 is range is 10.0.0. IP address is 10.0.0/16, and this range is starting from 10.0.0/25 to 25 IP is coming. Here giving /24 range and starting with 10.0.0.0 to 10.0.0/.25. This many IP address 0 to 255, 256 IP address you will get. If you are changing your range, okay, that part we'll discuss later. Okay, in this particular range you will get 256 IP address. Let's save it. Again, if you want to add one more subnet, click on add. Okay, one more subnet. Subnet 2. Subnet 2 is default, it is coming. Earlier the subnet 1 is coming with 10.0.0.0. Now it is came with 10.0.1. Okay. After second octet, third octet onwards, you can able to utilize another subnet. With this subnet also /24, it is a range is 10.0.1.0 to 10.0.1.255. Total 256 IP address you will get here itself. Second subnet as well. You can click on add. Okay, once you have added, another one you can click. Okay, add a subnet. Subnet 3. So here you can see the range is starting with 10.0.2.0/24. Again 256 IP address you will get here itself. Okay, you can see the here ranges. Subnet 1 range is 10.0.0/24 we have given, right? So with that you will get up to 256 IP address. Like this way you have to calculate. Okay, one question, like in why we need only /24? Why can't we use other slashes, other ranges you can get? Okay, we can able to use that one as well. So But most of these particular ranges and all will designed by network engineer or network architects will calculate these IP addresses and how many IP address is required to our projects. Based on that, they will provide. Let's take one example. Okay, here, for example, I have taken /24, right? So I don't require. For example, let's take one example. In one organization, 50 web servers is there and 25 app servers is there and 10 database servers is there. Okay, so with this I am using web subnet. I am using here 10.0.0.0/24. Here I am getting 256 IP address I am getting. Let me take here itself app subnet. Okay, here also I will take 10.0.1.0/24. Here also I will get 256 IP address I will get. So let me take here also db subnet. Here also 10.0.0.2.0/24. Here also I will get 256. Okay, even though private IP addresses are free, but we don't require this many IP addresses. We just require here 50 IP addresses is enough. I just require 25 IP addresses is required here. 10 IP addresses are required here. So why I should every time /24 I need to use? Okay, so I don't require. So what we can do is we can able to cut this IP address into multiple IP address. Okay, how this one will calculate later. Okay, we'll calculate this one. Let me take this range. Okay, let me go subnet IP calculator. Okay, let's open this one. For example, here I am giving IP address is this one I am giving, and here I will give 24 first. Very first I will give 24. How many will get? Let's see. So here total 256 IPs are giving. As I said, usable IPs are 254. Okay, so one is for went for IP address network address, and the last one is for broadcast IP address. So those two IP addresses are gone. So now we have 254 IP address, and this range is 10.0.01 to 10.0.0.254 range you will get here. Am I really required this many IP address? I said no. So let me go back and change this one to /25. Okay, how many IP address will get? Calculate. Here I am getting 128 IP address is getting. Still I am not required. Okay, still again I will calculate /26. /26 how many get? Yeah, /26 is fine for me. So here I will take 10.0.0/26. I will use it here. Okay, this range I will use it here, and the range will be here is the range. I can 64 IP addresses are enough for my purpose. Okay, for my project. So this is the range. Okay, so here app servers. Here 25 IP addresses are required. Let me calculate that. Okay, with the same IP address range, I can go and check for /27. /27 how many getting? 30. 30 is fine for me. So here range is this is the range 10.0.0/27 range, and how IP address ranges are this is the IP address ranges, and let's calculate for DB server as well. /28 you can give. So here I am getting 14 usable IP address. These are fine for me. So for DB purpose, I will take this range, and range will be this is the range. Okay. So like this way, we have to calculate how many IP addresses are required for our project, how many really useful IP is required. So accordingly, we will calculate this IP address, and we can able to assign the ranges, IP address ranges. Okay, like this way we have to calculate. Okay, and let me show you the private IP address ranges. Okay, we have a in IP address we have different classes will be there. Okay, there will be 5 classes will be there. class A, class B, class C, and class D. Okay, let me enter that classes class. Okay, there will be class A, class B, class C. So these classes are currently we were using. Class C, class D, and class E for we are not utilizing. That is for future purpose. It was assigned to it. So currently in our major organizations or everyone using three classes are we were utilizing. And here in these classes there will be mix of private IPs and public IPs will be there. And based on the ranges we have to calculate. Let me check for private IP ranges. Private IP address range. Okay, let me take this one, and here I can able to provide. You can remove this part, and you can remove this part as well, and you can remove this part as well. Okay, you can see here the private IP address range will be 10.0.0.0 10.255.255.255. Instead of any range you are using, okay, in class A, let me take IP address range. IP address range. Okay, I will show you the both mixable private IP and public IP. So how it will be showing? Let me show you. Public and private IP address range. Okay, so here you can take this one, not this one. This is private IP. Okay, and difference between private IP and public IP. Okay, private IP address range is starting this one, and this one is starting this one, and you can see here. Okay, let it be. So what happens if you can see here, this is the range 10.0.0.02 10.255.255. Apart from this, if you are starting with 1.0.0.0 like this one come, this one is private public IP. And also anything will be coming with 9, or else something coming with uh, coming with 11. So this all will come with public IP. Those will be costable and we will not use it. Okay, so where we can use private IP and where we can use public IP. So private IP is majorly using here also again 172.16 to 172.132, right? Here if you can use 172.32.255 you can use, that is again public IP will come. Okay, in this where we can use private IP and where we can use public IP. Private IP is majorly using for internal communication within our organization. We can use for private IP. So public IP is for example, you are hosting some website, some google.com or like some amazon.com, where you require some public IP to access external or outside. So that time we can assign public IP to that particular purpose. So we can use it. Okay, so that is the difference between public IP and private IP. So hope you understand this concept. So like this way, we have to like create our IP addresses. You can click on review and create. Okay, it is validating, and you can simply click on create. In this particular demo VNet, in this particular range, we were creating 3 subnets. To see this one, once let's wait for this VNet to complete. Okay, this is the VNet. For example, you can go to resource, or else you can simply search for virtual networks. Okay, so here you can click on virtual networks. So you will get a list of virtual networks you have created. So I have created one virtual network. So you can click on this. How to see the subnets, I will show you. So this is virtual network overview where we have like subscription details, resource group details, and range we have provided. And you can see three subnets here also. You can click on, you can see. Otherwise, you can go to the settings. You can go to settings. Here you can see there is a subnet option is there. Okay, there is a subnet. So you can click on this subnet and you can able to see it. Number of subnets we have currently. You can simply refresh. So you can see here, as I said, right? So for cloud, we have get only 251 available IPs. Rest are allocated to future purpose, like allocated to network, gateway, DNS, and broadcast is allocated. So here is the details I have provided. Here is the details I have provided. You can see this one. Okay. So like this way, we have to assign your IP address ranges and the CIDR ranges. So this concept, you can follow so that you can able to easily create subnets and virtual networks. Hope this session we have understand well, and yeah, if you can have any doubts over on this particular virtual network or subnet, please ping me on our comments. I will help. I will respond to your chat. Okay, respond to your query. Okay, I will document this all things in my GitHub link. I will post my GitHub link in the description, and from there you can see the step-by-step procedure and everything you can follow, so that you can able to understand easily. Okay, this is all about today's session. We can in the next section we can see availability zones, and from there virtual machine we can create. On it we can enable the availability zones and all. So that will be like multi-zone VM creations and all. So we'll discuss in next section. So please, if you are understand this section, please follow and subscribe, so that you will get whenever I create a new video, so that you will can able to you will get the notification. Thank you all.